I like you. Wow. I'd like to welcome you to Story Time. In honor of Cinco De Mayo, this story time is going to deal with Taco Tuesday. You guys remember Jasmine, right? So it was Taco Tuesday, and I don't know how, but we started talking. And I was just like, yo, Jasmine, what's up? It's my favorite holiday of the week. Taco Tuesday, do you want to get some tacos with me? She was just like, oh my gosh, yes. This was early on through the day. Me and my brother, we're hanging out, and I'm like, you won't guess who's gonna go to Taco Tuesday with me tonight. He's like, who? I said, Jasmine. He was just like, I was like, I know. We're getting ready. So the Taco Tuesday place that we're gonna go to is right next to the University of Hawaii, the biggest university in Hawaii. By the time we get there, it's packed. The line to get tacos is really long. So I looked to my brother and I'm like, hey, the line's really long. I'm gonna stand in line just so we can get some tacos soon. He was like, you know what? I'll stand in line with you. I don't know what was in the air that night, but what I'm about to tell you, first time I've ever experienced this in my entire life. Me and my brother, we're chatting in line. These two girls come up to me, cut me and my brother off. Now it's just me and these two girls talking. They're like, oh my gosh, hey, I think you're really cute. And I'm just like, me? They're like, yeah, oh, blah, we're talking. I'm like nervous. I'm just like, what the heck? Girls coming to me to talk to me? No, there's no way. There must be someone behind me. No, they were talking to me. My brother was shocked. He was like, oh my gosh, okay, yeah, you do you, boo-boo. And so I'm talking to these girls, and then a third one come. And now I'm just talking to all these three girls, and I'm like, chatting it up, getting a little more confidence. And then out of nowhere, I feel a tap on my shoulder. Guess who it was? Yeah, it was Jasmine. Out of all the times in the world for this to happen, it's happening right now with a 10 out of 11 out of 11 girl, Jasmine. I'm like, what's wrong with the universe right now? So she comes up, she's just like, oh, hey. As matters couldn't get any worse, the three girls, y'all are like, hey, is that your girlfriend? My brother, shout out to him. He was Mr. Super Wingman. Swoops in, takes the three girls, shoos them off, and I'm talking one-on-one with me and Jasmine. She goes, oh, okay, so you're like the player type? And I look her dead in the face and I'm like, no, I don't know what's happening. This never happens. All right, if you're the girl looking at me in that perspective, of course you're gonna think I'm a player. I'm not, I promise you. At that point in time, I was still figuring myself out as a man. So I redeemed myself. I'm making her laugh. I'm chatting it up. I'm doing a real good job. And again, I don't know what was in the air. Two new girls come. Clearly sees me and Jasmine talking. Cut Jasmine off. And now it's just us three talking. And I'm just like, do you not see us talking? Like, I'm with her. And they're like, oh my gosh, like, you're so cute. I don't really see you around here. I'm like, what's happening? Why couldn't this happen yesterday? Where were all you ladies? Why? And I'm like, hey, before I even say anything, shout out to my brother. He comes out of nowhere. Super Wingman comes up. He's just like, hey, blah, blah, blah. Tells a couple jokes, shoos them off. And he's off with those two. And I'm like, yo, I'm helping you out. Like, you're welcome. And I look back at Jasmine and she's just like, oh, wow, you really are ladies, man. Jasmine, it's not what it looks like. It's not what it seems. I promise you. This is weird. I'm like, what the is going on? To her, she probably thinks I'm the most playboy player ever. So the line starts to move. Finally, we get away from a lot of the people. We get next in line. Even the ladies that was working there, they're like, yeah, Wiz, he goes here all the time. He knows what to get. He's a ladies man. I'm like, shut up. No, shut. This is not the time. Jasmine looked at me and she was just like, yeah, it really seems like it. I really wanted to be like, just give my tacos, please. So I'm just like, nah, you know me. I'm just friendly with everyone. We'll have this taco, this taco. Here's my money. Here's your tip. Take it all. We leave. We don't even get our ticket number because I'm like, that I am not safe anywhere. So we finally sit down. My brother comes back. He's just like, oh, did you order tacos? I was like, yeah, I ordered tacos for everyone. We're good. So we're sitting down, me, my brother, Jasmine, we're talking, we're telling jokes, having fun. I promise you guys, the next thing I'm about to say, I'm not making any of this up. So we're sitting down. I pull out my phone because I'm like, oh, Jasmine, let me show you something cool that happened on the beach the other day. So I have my phone out. 2 more girls come, cut me off. She's just like, oh my gosh, you're really cute, blah, 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 blah. Can I get your number? So I look at them and I'm like, yeah, sorry, I'm with her. Guys, I don't know what was in the air that night because these girls, they were animals. I had my phone, right? I was like, yeah, sorry, I'm with her. She looked at me, grabbed my phone from my hand, proceeded to put her contacts in my phone. Jasmine over here, she's on the side, taking it all in like, okay, so this is what I have to look forward to, huh? Wow. And I'm just on the side like, what the is happening? This never happens ever. I'm like, can I like spread this out? Can we take what happened tonight and like spread it out in the next week or so? Because like out of all the times in the whole world, I have an 11 out of 10 girl with me, and then you guys are all, do you guys feel intimidated? Was she that pretty that you're all just like, you know what? I feel like I want to ruin this. Like, cause I feel like that's what every single girl that night had. Like that was their intention for the night. So this girl still has my phone. She gives it back and she says, text me. Wink. I grabbed my phone back. I looked at Jasmine. She's just like, wow, you're really gonna save that number? I'm like, why are you making me the bad guy? She literally took my phone. You saw everything that happened. No, this is not my fault. And she's like, all right, you can do whatever. This is for all my men out there. Whenever a girl says that to you, yeah, you can do whatever. Don't do whatever. It's a trap. So I deleted it in front of her. So she believes me. And I'm just like, wow, this is crazy. That's 11 out of 10 girl here with me. And all these girls are like, oh, you know what? We're going to act up right in front of Wins, even though he never got this treatment in his entire life. So a couple minutes go by. I finally de-escalate the situation. And Jasmine goes, hey, I need to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. She goes, now it's just me and my brother. I'm looking at my brother and I'm like, bro, help me, please. What the is happening? I was like, this has never happened in my life. My brother looks at the side. He's like, I've never been more proud of you in my life till right now. I'm like, this is not the time for that. But thank you. No, I appreciate it. He's like, finally, you see your potential. You see what you can do. And I'm like, wow, you really believed in me this whole time? I got a little emotional because I was just like, this is why I love you. I was like, seriously, this is getting way too much for me. I can't handle, like, this is too much. I've never dealt with this in my entire life, and I'm having everything happen at once. When I have an 11 out of 10 girl with me, I told him, I was like, we're gonna have to go. I cannot deal with this anymore. So he says, all right, this is what you're going to do. My brother, he's diabolical. He was just like, I'll distract Jasmine. Any other girl comes to you, give her my social media, because then there's no footprints that you're gonna leave. And I'm like, that's a pretty good idea. Okay, no, I'm not gonna do that. You can get their social medias. I'm just gonna focus on Jasmine because all the girls that are here tonight, none of them has been as pretty as Jasmine. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like they felt threatened or they were really jealous because that was the most attractive girl I've ever talked to at that point in time. And she was clearly the prettiest girl there at the whole function. Girls, I'm on to you. I look at my brother and I'm like, hey, I'm serious. If any girl come up to me, I need you to swoop in and just steal the show. I was like, this is my green card. Usually I'm like, you, she's mine. But this is one of those rare times where I'm gonna give you the green card and you can just swoop in and just talk to any one of these girls that comes up to me. And he's just like, all right, bet, I'll leave you to it. So Jasmine finally comes back from the bathroom. Our food comes, we're eating. I'm stuffing my face. I'm just like, yo, these tacos are good. Like, these tacos were so good that I was closing my eyes as I was eating. I was like, oh my gosh, these tacos are so good. As I'm closing my eyes eating these tacos, I feel a hand next to me. And I'm like, what? I open my eyes and it's a girl. And I was like, hey, you look familiar. It gets worse. This story gets worse. Like, why? What's in the air? I need that fragrance, whatever was in the air that night. And I wanted to carry it around with me for the rest of my life. It was the girl that I had a crush on that completely ghosted me, I would go out of my way, I'm here, let's do this. She would be like, yeah, cool. Nothing. Ghost me. Of course, that night I have 11 out of 10 with me. Feels a little threatened. I don't care. Whatever. And she's just like, oh my gosh, Wiz, I haven't seen you forever. Like, we haven't talked. My blood started to boil. Oh man, talk about how fast and heated I got. I almost dropped my taco. It was that serious. I opened my eyes. I almost started laughing because that's how heated I was. You know you're heated when all you can do is laugh. That's how heated I was. So I looked at her. I was like, yeah, long time no see. Kept on eating. She keeps on talking to me. I'm like, Jasmine, hey, it's just me and you, baby. So me and Jasmine, we're talking. So she goes around the table, goes to my brother's side, sit down next to him. And I'm like, oh wow, she is really playing hardball. So I'm just like, whatever. Still talking to Jasmine. She's being persistent talking to me. Thank God for my freaking brother. He did his job. Swooped it. Trying to control the conversation. We had like paragraphs of conversation just with our eyes, just with the looks. I looked at him. He was just like, wow, all that happened? And then he looked at me. He's just like, basically what happened was I told him, yeah, I told you can swoop in to still whatever girl, but this girl really don't like. That's trash. And he's like, that's trash? I got you. So he's doing this thing. He's trying to get this girl away. And I'm like, okay, I gotta make an actual move for her to be like, I'm with this girl. So I look at Jasmine. She has some food on her cheek. And I was just like, oh, Jasmine, you got some on your cheek. And I was gonna grab the napkin, but I was like, no. We need a bigger step than that. This was a boss move. I looked at her. I grabbed my thumb. I put it on the side of the cheek. And I was like, I got you. I winked. I was like, man, I felt so cool. She's like, oh, thanks. And then she got the hint. My brother, he was like, attaboy, I'm so proud. I was like, I got you. And she finally got the message. And I was just like, oh, okay. She left. I was like, peace, good riddance. No one liked you anyways with your cute self. So finally, the night was coming to an end. And that little move I did to Jasmine, let me tell you what, I did it in front of everybody. And that reassured any doubt that she had in her head. She was like, okay. I was like, we're good. I was like, dang right, we good. So Taco Tuesday finally ended. And my brother, I knew what he was doing in the side of my eye. Because at this point, it was just me and Jasmine. We're like, doing a little cute arm thing, like talking. And he was, oh my God, he was in 7 places at once because there was more girls trying to approach me and separate what was happening between me and Jasmine. But he was like a hawk. He was going through, he was stopping anybody that would get within 4 feet. Any girl that would get within 4 feet of me and Jasmine, swooping, just safely let them off into the distance. Another girl would come within 4 feet, pew, swoop in, let him off in the distance. That man was the ultimate wingman that night. My brother, you're the true MVP. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for saving me that night. I feel like every opportunity that I've had with a girl and I missed, that night was the night to make it all up because like they were coming out of the woodworks just like, man, let me just talk to you. I like you. I'm like, no, not tonight. Man, if I had a time machine, I would go back to that day, take all the aroma from that night, put it into like a big jar and make it into cologne and just spray it on me whenever I go out. Y'all be flocking on me like bees to a freaking flower. Oh my gosh. The night finally ended. Doing my final talks to Jasmine. I kiss her goodbye. She goes home. I look at my brother. He's standing there looking like a proud father to a son. He's just like, they grow up so fast. You know what? Let me call my brother. Let me see if he's here, because I'm gonna need him to vouch for me on this story, because you guys are gonna be like, oh no, wait, you're just making this up. I'm not making this up. Well, he didn't pick up, and I know no one's gonna believe this story, let alone believe me, but I promise you, everything I said was true. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. Please believe me. Now I'm just reminiscing back to that night. Good times. That was the craziest Taco Tuesday I've ever had in my entire life. And that's it for this story time.